My name's Hassan Waly. So,
Year.
freshman.
All right. Major.
Biology.
Okay. Covers all bases. Age.
18.
All right, cool. That covers everything.
Where are you from?
From Albany. I live
Albany?
here. So,
Oh, you from Albany?
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. How is that? That's a question for a different time. Actually, that's actually cool. That's popular because of the Muslim community. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you. I told you, this shit is horrible. When you first got to campus, as a freshman or whatever, was there a large Muslim community? Like, was it easy to find? Or?
Actually, it's kind of funny. I have a friend that went here. He's a sophomore now. So I was in contact with him, and through him, I actually got to know the Muslim Student Association, a lot of the Muslims that went here. So when I came here, I was already somewhat involved. Right? So
okay.
I knew a lot of people to start with. Yeah.
Cool. Since you've been here, well, seeing that you're only a freshman, from when you started, when you got as a freshman, to now, do you feel like there's an increase? Do you
Absolutely, yeah. There's been a lot of people, a lot of new faces on campus that I've gotten to know through the MSA that I didn't know before. That since I started going here. So.
We might have things change for better or worse.
It was for him, but we had to switch it up because he's a student now.
If you want to ask
Have
me.
you seen like a rise in awareness, Muslim awareness on campus?
Yeah,
or the
I mean,
community?
yeah.
That's a better way of putting it.
We had actually a couple weeks ago we had Islamic Awareness Week. We had different events like screenings and all that. One of them was Hijab Day, where
I remember hijab day
right,
from
yeah,
last year.
it happened last year too, where we would invite people, non-Muslims would actually come and put on the hijab and wear it for the rest of the day. And at the end of the day, they came for a discussion. It was actually really interesting. We heard a lot of different responses from people, and generally, overall, people liked it. People received it very well this year because they knew what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would say like people were getting more and more, I guess, interested in the Muslim community.
At least knowing what it's about, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that definitely has. Have you faced any what's the best way to put this? Have you faced any difficulties being a Muslim student in UAlbany?
I would have to say actually no. I know I'm not speaking for everybody, but I say for myself that overall, I've had a wonderful experience here as a Muslim. When I need, for example, like every Friday we have a mandatory congregate prayer. Like everyone has to go. It's at a certain time of the day, so it might interfere with some of my classes. I just asked my teacher once. He's like, "Yeah, just sit in the back, so disrupt anybody." It's really nice. Actually.
That's cool. Now, the reason we ask that is you get the
Absolutely.
stereotypes. It happens for everybody. It happens for Latino students too. So we just figured we actually, and seeing that you're a freshman, you're going to be more exposed to it since you just got here.
Yeah.
So what would you say was the most successful event that you've seen thrown by MSA so far?
It's tough. I would have to say we had an Islamic Relief fundraiser. We raised money for places in other parts of the world where these basic things that we kind of take for granted aren't so available, aren't so easy for people to get. So we had a lot of people. We raised a lot of money. That was probably our greatest event.
Is that a semester type of thing, or was it just?
It was our first time. We were going to the first semester, but it was our first time formally working with Islamic Relief as UAlbany MSA.
Okay.
So yeah, it will be a yearly thing, right? So.
I know you mentioned Hijab Day, and that's one way to bring out Muslim awareness. Is there anything else that students, non-Muslim students, can do to raise awareness about it?
About Muslims, about
yeah,
Islam?
about both.
Are you saying that participate in our?
Kind of participate, become more aware and more educated to the Muslim and Islamic, rather than just going based off the stereotypes.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's actually every week there's different classes we have, different discussions that we have. primarily for Muslims, but it's open to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn about, even like little intricate things in Islam and about Islam in general, right? So for somebody that wants to learn more, and somebody that wants to meet more Muslims perhaps, that would be where you would go to our classes, to our discussions.
And when is that? What days?
Every week we usually have a discussion. I know Thursday we have an actual class every Thursday night, 7:15, lecture hall 20.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. It's actually really cool because I didn't, like, I knew MSA was there. I just never knew that it had such a big following. You the same thing, like, because I'm in Puerto Latino, so I didn't think that was gonna be that big either when I got here. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you relate to people based off one topic. Now I know you said that you're actually from Albany, so do you feel like there's a big Muslim community within Albany?
Yes, I would say absolutely. Even within this area, there's like there's many masajid or mosques, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each one of those has their own communities that and they all work together. I would say the community is kind of it's really encompassing. It's really kind of draws us together.
Cool. Outside of Albany, does the Muslim community do anything to raise awareness within the larger Albany community rather than just like what MSA does?
So you asked me what other communities do that, like similar to what we do.
Yeah, similar to what like MSA does to raise awareness on campus. Does the larger Muslim community within Albany do something to
I've
raise
seen
awareness?
at least a few times a year they have various events where they invite speakers, they invite groups from other religions, from other like churches, synagogues, youth groups, and other groups. So, yeah.
Have you ever been a part of one of those?
Yeah, that's
Cool. Let me see. That's a good question. What would you think if somebody tried to establish a Muslim fraternity on campus? Because there are Muslim fraternities. I thought that was kind of cool because I found out about it. Oh,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, my journalism teacher actually was covering a story, I think, about it and shared
really?
it with the class. Yeah.
It's called Alpha Lambda Nu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're working actually on starting a chapter here in the near future.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That would be
keep
excellent.
your eyes open.
Excellent.
That's definitely that's kind of cool. That's low-key.
Yeah.
I read about it. I was like, it's something about that they bringing it here, and then after that, it takes a minute for the school to recognize it and stuff. But that's cool. I feel like that'll definitely help raise.
Absolutely.
How did you find out about it?
How did I find about it? Actually, a close friend of mine has a cousin who's over there in Texas where it started.
Okay.
And through him we started getting aware of what it did, what it does. They do a lot of community service, a lot of spreading awareness, like we're talking about. And we really liked what they were about. We really liked what they did, not only for Muslims, but for other people of the general community. So we decided we were going to start talking with them to try and bring it here. So we're working on that and we're working out with them. Yeah.
All right. Very, very general question. How do you handle stereotypes? The stereotypical belief of Muslims and Islamic community. It's a very sensitive topic.
Right. I would say, first, you have to realize that if somebody were to bring a more offensive stereotype to you, it doesn't make it shows that first they have some negativity about them, right? You recognize that in a person, and you know that you don't have to take them seriously. You cannot take them seriously. At the same time, you have to know who you are in order to realize what somebody else is trying to define you as. Right? So I guess that's what I would say.
That's what you do. Yeah, and then seeing that you're a freshman, I know coming in freshman year, a lot of people are coming from totally different locations.
Right.
And everybody has their own views and beliefs, and that's something that you kind of have to deal with. I know everybody has to deal with it. Yeah, so definitely some good questions. Definitely answered. Another question. The whole Muslim and Islam, can you explain, is there a difference? Or?
Between when I say Muslim and when I say Islam?
Yeah. For those people who don't like
Sure,
know the
yeah.
difference, and they just assume that they're
That's
one
fine.
and the
Yeah.
same.
When I say Islam, that's
Mhm.
the name of the religion, right?
Okay.
Islam.
There you go.
And Muslim is kind of a conjugate word of that, of Islam. Muslim is somebody that it literally means like to submit, right? Somebody that submits.
Mhm.
So that's just what I would call somebody a Muslim. The same way I would say, Christianity, Islam, Christianity, and then Christian, Muslim, right?
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense because people often generalize
Right.
Muslim being the bigger religion.
They both come from the same root word, which means it's salama, which means peace.
Mhm.
So Islam is like the religion of peace. Muslim, the one who submits. So,
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much done. You pretty much
All right.
answered every single question we needed.
All
As
right.
good as
Thank you
possible.
so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank
We
you.
All right.
appreciate it a lot.